There's a scripture passage that I often recall during times of tribulation, whether it be from plans falling through or illness or simply dryness in prayer. It's the account of the Transfiguration found in Matthew 17 and also in Mark 9. I'm reminded of the powerful encounter which Jesus' apostles have with Jesus and the Father, how good it was for them to be there. This can cause me to spend time reflecting on the times I've had tangible encounters with God's presence, be it in prayer, the sacraments, or conversations with others, to spend time pondering these truth accounts in my own life, how good it is to recall these blessings. After doing so, I remind myself that the Transfiguration happened while Jesus was on his way towards Jerusalem. He had already shared with his disciples that he was going to be arrested and crucified. As this reality plays out in the apostles' lives, as they encounter the darkness and what must have seemed like hopelessness at Jesus' death on the cross, I can't help but think that Peter, James, and John must have encouraged the others by their sharing of what happened during the Transfiguration, how their hearts recognized how good it was to be there, how close they were to God whom they believed in. They must have recounted the certainty of how they heard the Father's voice and the resultant stirrings of both their hearts and their faith. I suspect that they may have even wanted to go back and relive that experience on the mountaintop, a way of trying to escape from the fear of what the Jews or the Romans might do to them next. As good as it seems, as grace-filled as the Transfiguration is, as much as I want to, I can't, we can't, stay on the mountaintop of our Transfiguration experiences. We must journey down to the valleys, into the uncertainty of life. But we don't need to forget the truth of the encounter of God's love which we have experienced. We rather hold on to this truth, allowing it to give us hope, encouragement when we are afraid, alone, or isolated. God never abandons us, even if our feelings want to convince us otherwise. This is why we are called to love God with all our heart, with all our soul, with all our mind. We can use our mind, our rational thinking, to help put in check some of the feelings we experience in our hearts when lies try to rob us of the truth and reality of God's presence in our lives, lies which lead to despair, fear, and hopelessness. So take courage. Jesus is still Lord of everything. Perhaps this day, each of us could spend a few minutes encouraging those around us with one or two of our own Transfiguration moments, allowing the truth of those encounters to build up the faith around us and even build up our own faith. The valley of death, the times of trials and tribulations, the isolation of sickness, even the dryness of prayer, each of these can lead towards the resurrection and to newness of life. May you this day encounter the fullness of life our gracious God has for you. May you know God's love and his peace.